Alright, howdy folks, it's Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, making another update video to the 2001 Oldsmobile Intrigue with a 3.5 liter V6 in it. It's got a North Star Cadillac engine in it. I put a new water pump, thermostat, coolant reservoir, couldn't get it to burp out, couldn't get it to run correctly. Basically, it just keeps overheating. However, whenever I give it the gas and bring it above 2,000 RPMs, it will begin to cool off and not overheat. After doing a lot of research, I found out that the engine that is in this vehicle is a Cadillac North Star engine. It is not an Oldsmobile engine. It's a Cadillac engine, and so, unfortunately, any parts for this engine that come from O'Reilly's, Napa, Auto Parts, Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZone are not going to work. You absolutely have to have dealer OEM. There is no aftermarket choices or options, or in other words, there are no cheap fixes. Now, the theory was that the aftermarket water pump just can't create enough pressure to keep the backflow system running, to keep the coolant going through there, to open up the thermostat and all that other stuff. And I kind of wondered why it was like that. So in black here, we have the GM. Notice it says GM right there. Okay, yes, it does say made in China. That's kind of sad if you ask me, but hey, GM outsources all their stuff there now. Has the GM water pump. It's got a black hardened plastic impeller. This one has an aluminum impeller. I want to pay attention to some slight differences that I see. This one, let's see if we can get it in the light here. Alright. Can you see the holes on this one here? Okay, the holes on this one are a lot tighter and closer than the holes on this one. Just one second, my kiddo's calling me. So yeah, the holes that are in this impeller right here, they're not on the same spot on the aftermarket one. As a matter of fact, they're kind of looks like they're just sloppily, is that a word? Looks like it's just sloppy on how they're drilled through there and where they're put. One is a little further from the center than this one. They're not at all as beautiful as these are. These are right along the center. The next thing I did was I took a micrometer and I measured the depth of my impeller blade. Okay, so I need two hands for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and measure the depth of this one. Alright, so this impeller blade is about 8 millimeters deep. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's measure this impeller blade. Okay, this impeller blade on the OEM is about 10 millimeters deep. The OEM impeller blade is definitely deeper than the aftermarket blade. You can almost see it actually if you eye it just right. You can tell that these blades are deeper. Okay, so that is why everything you look up, everything you find, that is why GM tells you you absolutely cannot use an aftermarket water pump. You have to get a brand new GM water pump. Yes, it is more expensive. You're just going to have to eat it, because if not, you're never going to get this system to bleed out correctly. So there's the difference in the two water pumps. I'd say the aftermarket water pumps, they don't come as well put together in this case as the actual GM water pump. The holes are not where they're really supposed to be, and the impeller fan blade on this one here, the impeller blade, is about 2 millimeters shallower than the OEM one. This is 10 millimeters deep. This is 8 millimeters deep. So there you go, folks. That's what I found. So now I'm going to get this put back together, and we'll see if we can't get this 2001 Oldsmobile Intrigue out of the shop. All right, folks. Well, this is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, signing off.